Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be talking about how I spend $1,000 a month living here in Colombia. This is for my wife, me, and my dog. What's up, Simba? So I've been living in Colombia for 3 years now. When I first got here, my monthly expenses were around $400 a month. For my lifestyle here in Manizales, in Medellín, for the same thing, it would cost probably around $1,300 to around $1,500 a month. Over the last 3 years, everything has gotten a little more expensive in Colombian pesos, but thankfully, because of the strength of the dollar, it hasn't affected us too much. Although I feel really bad for Colombians because from like 2 years ago, everything's gone up almost double in prices, especially for like eggs or basic foods and stuff. So that's why I always recommend to people that if you want to move here, try to find a way to earn in euros or dollars. It's way more stable. A lot of people want to get a job here. I don't recommend that because the volatility of the Colombian peso, and earning dollars is just way safer in my opinion. Also, I want to let you guys know that I'm making a course of how to live in Colombia. I'm going to be covering everything from visas to how to rent an apartment, making friends, to which city to pick. The most detailed course that you'll find on the internet. I'm currently in the research phase, so if you guys would like to give your input on what topics you want to see, I'll leave the survey down below. But if you're watching this video after April 2023, the course will probably be out and you can buy it down below. For the first 15 people, I am giving it at a huge discount and you're gonna get a free consultation with me. Don't miss out on that. Leave your email on the survey so you guys get first access to the course. Okay, so we're gonna break down the cost into rent, utilities, transportation, food, restaurant and dates, groceries, my dog, services, and miscellaneous. So let's talk about rent. I have a 3-bedroom apartment here in Palermo, which is like the top end area of Manizales. It's a fairly old apartment, but it's really, really big. The renting process here is a little tricky because most places in Colombia, you need a co-signer or someone with Colombian ID. Obviously, most foreigners can't do that. So that's why I recommend Airbnb if you're here for a short period of time. It fluctuates because the rent for a long time was $1,400,000. Now it's $1,600,000 more or less. So it's around $320. A lot of real estate companies, especially in Medellín, do shady business. If you don't have a co-signer, they'll ask for a deposit, which is supposed to go to the last few months of rent, but sometimes they'll just ask for a deposit on top and they won't refund it to you. Be very careful about that. I do have a real estate friend that can help you finding an apartment. Just shoot me a DM or an email and I can introduce you guys. Trying to find an apartment to rent here is a very tricky process. The 3 most expensive cities in Colombia are Bogota, Medellín, and Manizales. Manizales, the cost of living is cheap, but the rent is very expensive because we live in the mountains. But if you were to go to a smaller city like Pereira or Armenia or Bucaramanga or Ibagué, even Cali, you'll be able to find rent for a lot cheaper. So let's talk about utilities. So my water bill is around 150 mil a month. My gas is around 45. Energy is around 90. Internet is around 80 for Movistar. I know a lot of people use Tigo or Claro, but Movistar for us is the fastest and it is the cheapest. So definitely go with Movistar. We also use it for our cell phone, but the cell phone service isn't that good. The signal is very good inside the city, but like in between cities, it's a little shaky. And our cell phone is 35 mil each, so it's 70 mil total, coming out to a total of 435,000 Colombian pesos or around $90 a month. Transportation. The public transportation in Manizales is actually very good. We'll usually take buses to get anywhere I need to go. Buses cost around 50 cents per trip. You can take a taxi and they're as low as $1. And most you're going to be spending here in Manizales is like $3 for a taxi. They have something similar to Uber called InDriver, and you can pretty much do the same thing, but the most you're going to be paying for that is maybe $4 maximum. Transportation in a month costs around $30 to $50. One of the reasons why I love living in a small city is that most of Manizales you can walk to and everywhere is accessible by bus. Medellín, they have the metro that can get you from like one barrio to the next, but you're still going to have to take taxis in between because it's a pretty big city. If you went to a place like Bogota, you definitely need to use Uber or taxis, but Ubers are so accessible that it's pretty easy to get around. So let's talk about like restaurants and dates. Most food here for lunch, we're going to be spending around $3 per person for lunch. For dinner, it's about $5 to $7 per person, depending on where we go. But a lot of times, because my wife doesn't eat a lot, for the both of us, I'll be spending like less than $10 for dinner. Sometimes if we want to go on a date, we can go to a nice restaurant and that'll cost around $20, $25 maybe total. We can go to the movies, we can get popcorn and drinks, that costs around $20. We can go to the arcade, we can go bowling. All those activities cost around $20 total. So we go out to eat probably like 4 to 6 times in a week. I also order delivery quite a bit because I have Rappi Prime. You pay like $5 a month and you get like unlimited. They see free delivery fees. Back in the day, it was really good because you got free delivery, but now you have to pay a service fee and it's like 50 cents. It's super, super worth it. Oh my God, it's such a convenience about Colombia that I love. Okay, so groceries. Groceries will get basic things like eggs, milk, cereal, bread, meat. My wife will cook most of the breakfasts that we eat, and sometimes she'll make lunch as well. That weekly, including shampoo and toiletries and everything, we'll be spending around like 180 to around 250 mil pesos. In a month, you'll be spending around $1 million, which is around $200. Then you have my dog. You'll be surprised how many people want to bring their pets to Colombia. Colombia is actually very pet friendly. If you walk down the street, you'll see pet shops everywhere. For my dog, for his food, it costs around $60 every 2 months. I also hire a dog walker that comes 6 times a week. They walk him for 2 hours and that costs 190 mil Colombian pesos. I know, it's super cheap. And for him to get a bath every 2 weeks, that cost me 42 mil per bath. That comes to around 420 mil Colombian pesos, or like $85, $90. And then lastly, we have miscellaneous services. I'll pay for like YouTube Premium, I'll pay for Spotify. Interesting thing, if you have a Colombian bank account, I highly recommend getting Spotify and all these plans through Colombia because it's way cheaper. For example, like a Spotify regular premium plan is like $10 a month, but I'm literally getting the family plan here, me and like 4 other people, for $5 a month. So highly worth it. Rappi Prime, I highly recommend as well. YouTube Premium for me is very worth it because I use YouTube all the time. But then you also have like shopping or clothes or just like some miscellaneous things back and forth. So if we were to break down everything, we have $320 for rent. We have $85 for utilities. We have around $50 for transportation. For restaurants, food, and dates, we're looking at around $330. That can go up to $400, but I would say for us, it's around $330 that we spend per month. For groceries on the high side, you're looking at around $200 a month. For miscellaneous like services, basic services, you're looking at around $25 a month. And for my dog, you're looking at around $85 a month. So you add all that up, you get around $1,095. Keep in mind, this is on like the high side. This doesn't include like clothes or any of the other stuff if we like to travel, but this is just like the basic cost of living. So this is like a high estimation. If I were to be a little more accurate, I would say more or less my expenses are around $1,000 a month. One of the best parts about this country is the cost of living. Let me know what you guys think. Is your cost of living similar to this? If you guys are interested in my course, please fill out the survey down below. Or if you guys are interested in buying it, if it's after April 2023, it will be in the pinned comment and description down below. Remember, the first 15 people will get a huge discount and a free consultation with me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.